Welcome back. Today we have week 8 of the NFL season. It's flying by. We're mid-October. It's getting spooky. And we have a full Sunday slate ahead of you. Nicholas is back this week, replacing Sexual P again. And we have records. Nick has 0 losses last week with his 0 wins. But
it's better than Stain.
It is. It's actually... Stain went 500, 6-6 on the week.
It's the same.
You can't go bad with 6-6. Me and Sexy both went 5-7. 0 pushes this week, so there was none of them. The surprise one that we all took the Falcons. We all took the Packers. So those were 2 that we all were agreeance on and lost. But nonetheless, we are going to keep it rolling for today. Feels like a little bit of a bigger slate for Sunday due to only one Monday night game. There is not the doubleheader that we've had the past few weeks. But let's start. No early game this week. We've had an early game for the past 5 weeks straight. No early game this week. Starts at 1 o'clock. And we have the Giants taking on the Birds. Obviously, the Giants with the worst choke literally of all time in the fourth quarter to Bo Nix. To Bo Nix, nonetheless. The spread of this game is 7.5 as we're looking at it. If you guys are wondering if the spreads are going to move by the time we're filming this, they might. The graphics will be updated in real time. So if you are watching this on Sunday morning, if you're watching this on Saturday, they will be updated as close to real time as possible by the time this drops. So if anything changes and we say a number and it's a little bit different, that is why. But nonetheless, 7.5 is we're looking at it right now. The over/under is 44, and Giants are plus 310 to win this ball game. Do you guys have any plays you really like in this game? You think Saquon can get going? Yeah, injury reports. How you feeling over there, Sir Injured Nicholas? I feel like you always got something.
I got the reports for you. Well, we saw these 2 teams play already. The Giants beat them. I think Philly was really embarrassed by that. They also lost Carter for that game and Quinyon Mitchell in the middle of the game. This game opened at 7, I think, and I was like dying for it to drop to 6.5 because I think people were gonna look at it like, oh, Jackson Dart, they beat him already. Like, give me the hook. It went the other way, so kind of off taking the game on its face value. But I do think there's a chance that Philly kind of beats the shit out of New York, just being embarrassed by the last time they played. I think for the most part, A.J. Brown's been double DNP this week, but there's reports that he's expected to play still.
Really?
Yeah. That it's not overly serious. It's kind of just like management. I don't know if that's true or not, but if he can get onto the field, obviously it's going to be a problem. I also think like the Giants have, as fun as they've just been on the good side of luck in like so many of the plays that they've had where it's like balls are just bouncing into guys' hands and they're making big plays because of it. And sometimes, you just like good teams have luck on their side. So I get it. But overall, I don't know that I have any particular plays that I like because I still feel like we're halfway through the season and we're trying to figure out what Philly is. Like,
no, actually,
I have no idea what their identity is. You know what I mean? Like they can't run the ball. And then every once in a while, they just have these crazy passing games. Their defense is clearly not as strong. Milton Williams was the difference maker in the interior of their D-line. Filminator was a difference maker. I don't know what their identity on defense is either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't have a really strong feeling on the game right now.
I want to take Saquon's over this game.
I took it last game, but it
feels
feels
like
like
he's
he's
taking it every week.
No, because at some point it just has to happen.
We're on week
He's
8.
0 rushes of 20-plus yards this year.
Yeah.
By this time last year, he had 6.
And I thought he was playing well against the Giants, and they just kind of stopped using him in the second half last time they played. I mean, the game got a little out of hand. But
I've watched a decent amount of like film breakdown on Philly recently, and I guess the blame can go in a lot of different areas, but for the most part, it looks like the OC is pretty problematic there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like lack of creativity and not. He's just like running a lot of the same plays over and over again, like 5-6 plays apart.
I mean, at some point, Nick Sirianni had to get a bad OC. Like at some point, it just had to happen.
At some point, it needed to be exposed.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
I don't have a player prop for this game specifically. It doesn't seem like either you guys do.
No, I want to stamp in.
Oh, you want to stamp in Saquon Barkley? Yeah. That is a lock. What exactly is his line? It is over.
80.
Oh my God, 80.5. You're taking it. He hasn't even hit 60
No,
But-
but neither did CMC last week.
Hey.
And then we took his over and he cooked.
Yeah. And, hey, same thing with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's at 72 last week or 2 weeks ago, and took his over, and he ended up cooking. So I do not hate the play at all. If you guys are wondering where we're taking any of these picks, we're doing so all of them, every single one on BetMGM. You can use code DRAFT DRAFT right now. If you're having midseason woes, if your fantasy team's hitting the gutter, if you need some advice, you need some help, this will not only get you $1,500 in bonus bets, it'll also get you access to Nikki Clicky's weekly rankings, waiver wire, Q&A show on Saturday for fantasy. So if you're having your midseason question marks, your trades, anything you need help with, you can use code DRAFT on BetMGM and not only get the $1,500, but you'll also be able to get access to that. So make sure to sign up on BetMGM. The link is below.
One thing that's kind of interesting that I'm looking at is Goddard. Like, he had his really big game against New York a couple weeks ago, and they don't have a Smitty line listed, probably because they don't know about A.J. Brown, but they do have Goddard's line on there, which is kind of interesting. It's at 4.5. I don't know if like, obviously, if Brown's out, I really like the over on that. But
yeah, 42.5 receiving yards. I mean, he had 110 last
yeah,
time
it was like
he
a
played.
huge fucking game for him.
But I also
It's that Thursday night game that led to the Friday pickup.
yeah. No, fact, I forgot about that. The big pickup of Dallas Goedert. Now he's trying to ship him away. All right, spreads for this game. Which side are you taking? 7.5. Are you taking the hook or are you not?
I'm going with Philly.
Me too.
Philly. I'm also on Philly. Can't wait for the Giants to come out and
I
smack
think
them
this
for the
was the
second
spread
time.
last time they played.
Yeah, probably something similar. I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine them looking at the Giants roster compared to the Eagles roster and being like, "Nah, this is gonna be a close ball game." Yeah. Like I don't
losing
care
by 2
what.
scores.
Yeah, I don't care. Dolphins and Falcons are gonna be our next game. The 1-6 Dolphins. Everything is crumbling down there. Do you think they finish the year with Mike McDaniel, or do you think they just get him out? I feel like they're gonna lean the full season and just ride it out.
I think so too. I think they're gonna finish the year with Tua and McDaniel together,
and then figure it the hell out from there. But again, spread for this game is going to be a solid 7.5. The over/under is 44.5, and Dolphins money line is obviously juicy for this one. Despite the Dolphins losing a lot of games, their offense still hasn't looked horrible outside of last week. So you can look into Devon Achane and his props at 14.5 rushing attempts, and his rushing yard line at 62.5 again, very high. How you feeling about the Dolphins offense? What are you thinking for this game? Any player props you guys like for this game?
I think Miami will show a little something here. We're pretty banged up on defense. In terms of player props, my favorite prop is Tyler Algier under rushing yards. They just love boosting him up on games where, like, in theory, he's supposed to have a lot of rushing yards.
48.
Is that what it's up to now?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. It was at 42.5 this morning.
And
I
you
was like,
took it?
No, I didn't.
Ah,
I learned.
Sharp.
I know the storyline
Okay.
for Tyler Algier is be like, Miami's going to get fucking 20
Yeah.
carries. And okay, I love that. Yeah, I'm taking the under on that. I might even sit on that longer than pause.
I was looking.
48. That's really high. Yeah, I think I'm going to hit that
Yeah,
right now.
Bijan's at
actually.
91.5 rushing yards.
Oh, wait. Where are you seeing 48? I have 44.5 on mine.
Yeah, I have 44.5 as well.
I'm rushing and receiving.
Fire.
Big 4 receiving yards.
Sharpest in the room.
Yeah, 44 is the line, but
Does he ever catch fucking passes?
he catches maybe one. Bijan at 91.5 is enticing. Again, Miami's defense has been absolutely slaughtered by every single running back that has pretty much come across their desk. Judkins would have had a bigger opportunity share even like last week. Like, I think he easily could have gone for 150, 125 if they didn't get the ball within their own 10-yard line
Tua,
4 times.
Got
Like,
the
yeah, it was
kickoff and
awful.
like here.
Yeah,
get
here's the
back.
ball. So that really limited. Again, he had 3 touches still, 20 carry. Like, still was a big day nonetheless. My intrusive is in this game, and my intrusive ties along with that. I'm taking Bijan Robinson to have over 124.5 rushing yards, aka 125 plus at 275. The fact that it's even over 250 feels like absolutely insane to me. I get this isn't super nuky mega odds intrusive, but it feels like one that could definitely have a high hit rate for this.
I thought about Bijan 2 touchdowns as mine.
Yeah.
Like 225.
Any way you want to go, I feel like it feels insanely high, but in the same aspect of like his regular line's 91.5, and this Dolphins defense is literally the worst run defense I've ever seen with my own two eyes. The Panthers last year makes this defense
you've
look
watched
elite.
the Panthers for
No,
years.
like this is what I'm saying. Like,
It's so bad.
this is worse than
It's bad.
The fact that Rico went for 200 on them is still
That
insane.
literally doesn't say anything about their defense.
It does, though.
It's crazy because they were bad, and then like they spent their first round pick on fucking Kenneth Grant, and like he was supposed to fix the interior of their offensive line, their
And he's
defensive
done
line.
nothing.
Yeah, Bijan's gonna have a monster fucking game in this
Yeah.
one.
So I think Bijan over 125 is my play.
I
Now he's
kind of
gonna-
like Waddle as a bounce back too here.
You think?
Yeah, I like his receptions, but it's not. I mean, it's minus 155 to go over 4.5 because I mean Darren Waller's going to be out now, so
Yeah.
they legit don't have anyone else to throw the ball to besides Achan
and
Waddle here. So 60 feels like he probably needs to connect on a deeper pass to make that happen. But
would you lean longest reception at 22.5?
No, I would probably take if I'm doing it. If I'm building something around Waddle, it would be I'd throw him in a parlay and just eat the minus 155 value on the over 4.5 receptions rather than just doing that. I don't know. The deep balls in this offense are very just there's so much like coin flip energy into it. I feel like that I don't feel super confident with it. But I do think with Tyreek Hill out, Waddle just gets so many like bucket passes that 4.5 feels easy with Waller out now.
Yeah, no, I could agree on that. Okay, so we have the Intruisive. We have that. Do you have any props?
Now, do you think Tua finishes the year? Like, I know we talked about in the beginning like Daniel does, but
Yeah, I do.
I think they just have to see it through at this point.
Yes.
My problem that comes into this draft class is like, do they go quarterback then?
I think they could. It could be like a
Or-
Kirk Cousins situation where it's just like you fucked up. You could draft a QB and have Tua as like a serviceable backup if needed. But
Interesting.
I mean, they got a lot of problems, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like
They have a lot of things to address there.
Yeah.
All right, spread is 7.5. Which side are you guys leaning?
I'm gonna go Miami.
me too.
Miami. I'm going the Falcons here to blow the doors off this Miami team. Heading on to our next game, let's go with the Jets and Bengals. The 0-7 Jets versus the fraudulent Bengals plus 6.5. 44.5 is the total. And obviously, Jets are big plus money. There are Joe Flacco lines up. So we obviously have that. We do not have the Jets quarterback lines up.
We don't even know, right?
No idea. I mean,
Terrible.
Depends who
obviously
you
the
ask.
owner hinted that it was going to be Tyrod.
But he's a little banged up too, no?
I can look right now on the Jets injury report.
Yeah, his knees bothering him a bit. Yeah, no, I
Like,
mean their
he's just
team.
unk.
They're without Garrett. They're going to be without. There's a good chance they're going to be without Sauce Gardner too. He's in the concussion protocol, so.
Yeah.
They are
Without Sauce.
terrible.
Yeah. I mean, without Sauce, that Jamar might have the greatest game of all time.
Yeah,
Like, he might have it again.
I kind of fuck with something with T Higgins here too.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked originally it wasn't as juiced as it is now. Now I'm kind of shaky on it, but I originally had written down Jamar Chase over the 7.5 receptions. It's now minus 130. I don't know if I like those odds for the value. So I'd probably stay away from it now. So I'm not going to tell you to take it now, but at the time I really liked it. Over longest reception for Jamar feels really good, 24.5. That feels like a play I would dabble in. But outside of that, I mean, there's not much to really look at here with no quarterback, no real other side of things here.
I like the longest reception for both of those receivers.
20.5.
Jamar and T, like 20.5 feels like, yeah, he gets a lot of deep targets, it feels like.
Yeah,
Even
I mean,
his
at the end of
target
last
numbers
game
usually
was
end up
like
at
20.
7 or 8, but like 4 of them are fucking 40 yards downfield.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that.
The Jets are so fucking bad. Like the Bengals might be 500 and like
Well, that's why I said the fraudulent Bengals,
Alive.
like, they might
Yeah.
be cooking despite not being a good ball club. Like, if you think there's a real reality where they make it to around the 500 mark and sneak in,
Who?
and then Burrow comes back?
Cincy?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what they're hoping for. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you could hope for it, but do you think there's like an actual like window for it to happen? Because they still have to play a lot of the gauntlet of the North.
have they played the Ravens already?
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay, that's kind of the issue.
Yeah,
I feel
like
the
that's-
fact that they got to play the
they
Ravens
got a stretch
twice
of
with Lamar.
Ravens, Bills, Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's just gonna depend on how like
The other
seeding.
playoff cards.
Yeah, I mean, 9-8 last year. It's
It
gonna
helps
be
the
that.
Ravens are 1-5 for
Yeah.
sure. Maybe they can if they lose another game or two, it's gonna be
Yeah, I
really
mean,
It
interesting.
feels like there's a lot of good, like, that whole AFC West feels like there's 3
Yeah.
playoff teams there. I mean, Indy and Jacksonville and Houston all are like viable playoff options. There might just be too much like wild card power in the AFC for them to get there. They'll have to keep winning these one-score games. They'll have to like get lucky with like 2 or 3 games, I feel like. And
I feel like they'll have to like beat Pittsburgh again.
Oh, they'll have to beat every team that they like should beat.
Yeah.
Like there's no margin for error there, and then they'll have to get a couple lucky wins against good teams.
When do we know about Burrow? Just like December's always thrown out, but when?
I don't think it's a guarantee that he's back this year, but I bet if they're close enough, if they're like a game out and he has a chance of returning, he'll probably push for it.
Jets, Bengals, spread of 6.5. Which way are you guys leaning?
Cincy.
Cincy for me as well, minus 6.5 here, and then we're gonna have a magical random Justin Fields rushing game. Cannot wait for that. Breece Hall could be an interesting play as well whenever his lines come up. But Browns and Patriots are gonna be our next play, and you can get any of our spreads for these games that we're taking, whichever side you like, on Pickett. You can see any of the bets we take for absolutely free. Use code BDGE. Down below is the link. Pickett is an app where you can track your own bets. You can track our bets. You literally go in there, you click copy, and it takes you straight to wherever the site we use to get the bet, and you can copy it straight to your book as well and use it yourself. It's the easiest tool to use to track any of your picks, so make sure to sign up on Pickett using code BDGE when you sign up there. Browns and Patriots, +7, -7. Patriots are favored in this one. Over-unders a low 40.5, but Drake May, looking like he's the guy.
Yeah, league's loving him.
If you were to redraft that 2024 class, he might be at the top. He might be at the top. He looks phenomenal. His touchdown line's interesting. Over 1.5, I feel like it could be really juicy versus the Browns. He's hit this in 4 of his last 5 games. The only game he missed was against Buffalo. Dylan Gabriel on the other side, his line is half a touchdown.
Go.
But they also have a guy named Quinshon Judkins in the backfield who is the definition of a workhorse. Absolute workhorse. I did take a prop in this game, and it was Quinshon Judkins to go over 16.5 rushing attempts.
I like that.
It seems hard because New England has the 4th fewest attempts allowed against them. But when you look at their schedule, they played Tennessee with Pollard and Spears. They played New Orleans with Kamara and Miller. They played Buffalo, who's realistically Cook and Allen. They have Carolina, who's Rico and Chuba. They had Pittsburgh with Gainwell and Warren still had 18 carries in that game. Like, they haven't really faced a true workhorse back until Quinshon Judkins, and this Browns team feeds him no matter what the fucking score is.
Insane.
It does not matter how much they're losing, winning. It doesn't matter. He's getting the ball, and for him to get 17 carries feels easy with how much he's getting. He's getting like 20 carries a game, I think, was the actual amount, 20.7 carries a game. So he's seeing a ton of attempts, a ton of opportunity there. So I think he should easily crush this line.
I like it.
But outside of that, this New England team, it gives me a headache.
He's getting like Bijan, CMC, Jonathan Taylor work.
No, yeah. Like, the one concern we didn't have going into the year with the Browns was their O-line, and their most likely what their running game was going to be, and we're seeing that pan out in 4K. If they had a competent quarterback, this team could be actually pretty decent. Yeah. Instead, they have none for the 19th year in a row. So, for that sake, which side of the game are you guys taking? +7, -7, Patriots, Browns.
New England's hot. I think I'm going to go with that. I think the Browns away versus home is different. Like, you see their 2 wins are at home. I don't know if they're as great as an away team. I'm going to go with New England.
All right.
I'm going to take Cleveland.
Cleveland, I'm going to take the Patriots as well, the hottest team we've seen in a while. Bills and Panthers are next. Since I've started fading my Panthers, we've had 4 wins.
Bills-Panthers still feels disgusting, but when you look, it's like 4-2 versus 4-3. Like, in my mind, I'm like,
could be a good game with Andy Dalton at the helm. It's looking like Bryce Young will be out for this week. Over-under is 46.5. Spread here is 7. I don't have a direction with player props. Rico's splitting with Chuba again. The receiving... I do have a player prop in this game. I completely lied. I did take Tedrow McMillan over 4.5 receptions. Andy Dalton, obviously, is now back at quarterback. When you look at what he did with the number 1 last year in Deontay Johnson, 13 targets a game for Deontay. That 3-game stretch was absolutely nuts. 125 yards a game.
Literally
Damn
legendary.
near. But yeah, Tedro McMillan is averaging already 8 targets a game right now. I can only see that going up with the Red Rocket being there in the full starter role. The Bills play a lot of too high. So I expect Tedro McMillan to get a lot of just underneath easy routes to try to make it a bigger gain, slant routes, simple shit. And for the offense to slow down a little bit. Plus, Andy, I don't think is that drastically big of a downgrade from Bryce at all. So
I almost feel like Andy game 1 starting.
Game 1 Andy
is better than like, oh, we have to run him back for the 3rd or 4th game.
Yeah, no, 100%. One
Andy
game of
fresh
Andy.
is nice.
Andy fresh off the press. Over on that one is 4.5 for Tedro, so I do like that.
I took under on Keon Coleman, 44.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't think he's very good right now. And I think he's like their only pure outside receiver, which means you'll just see a ton of J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
And typically, I feel like when Josh Allen gets it done passing-wise, at least this year, it's been to Kincaid and or Khalil Shakir or a bunch of random players. So, I don't know. Keon Coleman, I mean, his last 4 games, it's been 11 yards, 23 yards, 20 yards. Did hit it with 45 yards. But he's had basically one good game this entire year. It was week 1 where I feel like there's a little bit of luck involved in that stat line. He's just not a consistent enough player for me to feel like he needs to be close to like 50 receiving yards on this one against an obviously underrated defense right now.
Oh, I would agree. I
Actually, in this one, really like Josh Allen to score himself. Coming off a 2-game loss, coming off a bye, I feel like this is just when like if the Bills have questions, like Josh Allen just loves to go in like ISO and hero ball mode and
Plus 110, that's good value.
yeah, like I think he just likes to like put the game in his hands, and I feel like he just plays with a chip on his shoulder after every loss, especially 2 in a row, and I like him to get in.
Yeah, I mean, plus 110 for the value there against the Panthers.
Yeah.
Gotta feel pretty good
I feel
about
like
it.
Rico's going to have an actual good game. Like the
He
Buffalo
should.
run defense
Again,
kind of stinks.
Buffalo plays a ton of too high, allows for a lot of weak boxes there, a lot of light boxes. So I could easily see the running game hitting today. Knowing your luck, though, it would be Chuba and not Rico, but you start Rico, and then it's oh, what the fuck.
Chuba's about to be on Steen's team.
No, you think I'm giving up Herb?
Chuba is giving, oh my God, 10.5 and 11.5 for Rico and Chuba. That's a dead split for the rushing attempts. We'll see what happens. But Bills, Panthers, -7. I'm going Bills -7, baby.
I am too.
I'm eating the record.
Give me Buffalo.
Buff.
We're all on the Bills -7. I love to hear it. Let's go Ravens and Bears next. 1-5 Ravens are -6.5 favorites versus the over 500 Bears, which are +6.5. Total of this game's 49.5. And the most interesting line of this entire game is Derrick Henry is at 18.5 rushing attempts with a rushing yards over of 89.5 yards. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's
so,
high.
That's high as hell. But I did take a prop in this game, and I took Lamar Jackson over 229.5 passing yards. I think he's going to be able to sling the pill this game. Plus, off a hamstring injury, I don't think they're going to have him scooting a lot. If they're gonna run the ball, I think it's going to be more so with Derrick Henry, but that's going to develop an easy play action game versus this Chicago secondary that I do not believe in whatsoever. I think realistically they're a bottom 3 passing defense. Rattler just threw for 233 yards on him, made Chris Olave look phenomenal.
Secondary.
If Rattler didn't throw 2 of the worst picks I've seen possibly the entire year, like he could have had a 275-yard game plus. He also missed a Rashid Shaheed wide open for like a 40-yard bomb at one point. Like there was a lot of opportunities for Rattler to even go over 300 in this game. Dak threw for 250 in 3.5 quarters. Like this passing defense is not scary. I think there's going to be a high – I mean, there's a reason it's 49.5. And I think Lamar is going to be the bulk of that with 229.5 passing yards.
I like Rome over 59 yards. This Ravens secondary, even if it's healthier, even when it was healthy at the beginning of the year, like it wasn't good.
No.
Like, they're bad. And Rome's had his hot streaks. He's been quiet the past 2 games, but I also feel like it's because they've been able to run the ball so well the past 2 games. I just think this is a good matchup. I think it leads into the game script as well. If like Baltimore's leading, Chicago needs to throw the ball. I really like Rome in this one.
All right. Rome over 59.5 receiving yards. Nicholas, you got anything for this one? Or thoughts, at least?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just more interested in seeing what Baltimore really is. Like, I don't know. I don't feel great that the whole I guess POV on them is that they're a terrible defense right now. Like they will be getting back pretty much every player post bye at this point, outside of Metabike, who's obviously out for the year, which is a huge loss for them. But I mean, they'll get Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, Chidobe Uze, like all those guys are going to be back at full strength. So I think we'll see the Ravens be the Ravens. So I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden we're like, oh, this is what Baltimore's defense was. So I don't know. I guess.
The post-bye Ravens defense just hits diffy.
For sure. I kind of like Lamar's total yards.
Okay.
You had it just as passing. I think his total was 263. So I like the over on that. Like I think he can have a game where he hits that just passing by itself, if he has a good game. So I think that's probably the only line I might flirt with. But otherwise, I don't have a real feel for how the game is going to go other than I'm just kind of interested to see.
All right. Yeah, a lot of full practices on that practice report, which is always good to see. The nice part about this week that I didn't really talk about, but the weather for every game seems pretty decent. There isn't a single game that's like a super high chance in rain. The highest chance is 26%. So we're pretty low on the rain percentages here. And it's looking like a pretty clear week. So that's good. Ravens, Bears, which side are you taking? 6.5 is the spread.
I think I'm going to lean Chicago.
Really?
I think there's some bad vibes in Baltimore still. Like, if somehow Lamar starts off slow, like, he's going to slam his helmet again. He's going to be fucking crying on the sideline. Like, they're one Derrick Henry fumble away from still being a super fragile team that I think is like, oh, our season's over. I don't know if the Bears have the defense to make that happen. But
Ravens by $1 billion.
I
Nick,
really
what do you got?
I'm going to take the points with the Bears, too.
Wow, 6.5. The Suns would be pissed. Bears plus 6.5.
This is about the time when Jack posts a bunch of slips of Ravens Super Bowl or whatever. Literally 6 years in a row. I wonder how much money he's lost just betting on Texas and Baltimore to win the Super Bowl national championship.
So
each
much. Because so many times he's like first basket, like plus 1,000 something paired with it. Yeah, it's nuts. All right. Niners and Texans is our next game up. Huge 1 o'clock slate, by the way. That's like almost every game but 3. We only have 3 4 o'clocks.
Purdy's out again.
Turf toe.
It's been like, when has he played last?
They like Mac.
Yeah, like he's like hasn't played this year.
Yeah,
really.
they just
played
like
2
Mac.
games this year.
So Mac might roll out again.
How are the Niners fucking 5-2?
Niners are looking juicy. That under 10 win total, looking spicy.
But they're gonna make the playoffs and get their ass beat.
Yeah, probably. But
No
the Texans,
Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa that catches up.
the Texans have the worst offense I've ever watched with my own 2 eyes.
How are they favored?
That 10 o'clock game made me want to put spoons in my eyes and fucking spoon my eyeballs
I
out.
hate both of these
It was
teams.
quite literally 4 verts or HB dive, and that was their entire playbook. It was awful. I actually hated it. And they're probably going into this game, if I'm not mistaken, Nick, with no Nico Collins, correct?
Good chance, yeah. Probably
Yeah.
no Nico, no Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
I fuck with Jalen Noel in this game.
This team is just them being favorited. Something has to what we said this with the Jags last week. So maybe we're just missing something. That the Texans defense is that good or something. What are we missing?
But
that-
last week we were
I mean, I
on
just think
that.
on paper, if you look at the Niners like roster right now, they're not like very good.
No,
you have a
yeah.
backup quarterback. You're still without Ricky P, Brandon Ayuk.
But you could say that about every game they've played.
Right, but Vegas doesn't operate based off like reactionary shit. They just look at what's in front of them pretty much and look at the roster.
Yeah.
And like
They're
losing
like
Fred
the
Warner,
opposite
losing
of Tony.
Nick
They
Bosa.
don't take shit week to week. They
Yeah.
take shit like holistically. But I'm gonna take I'm straight up taking the Niners plus 2. I think that's like my lock of this one. You said you like Jalen Noel in this game.
I like Jalen Noel. I'll take over 31.5 receiving yards for him.
Like receiving yards. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. 31.5 receiving yards for Jalen Noel. Why you like that so much?
I mean, he just showed a lot of juice last week when the players got injured and no Nico, no Christian Kirk. I feel like he's probably their best like separator at this point over the middle of the field. I like Schultz too. I think that's pretty. He has a pretty high floor there. He just gets a shitload of targets, but they got no one else really to throw the ball. in the passing game.
Schultz should have a big game, but we'll see. I mean, big Woody Mox day. Big Woody Mox day.
Good.
Some are saying.
This game.
No, this game could be horrendous. The over-under is 41.5. I'm feeling like I want to slam the under very hard, but that's a little reactionary. Which side of the game are you guys on?
You don't have a lot of lines up right now, I feel like. Where the fuck's Jawan Jennings?
This is a sus line, dude.
I'm taking the Niners, +2.
No, take the Texans.
They know something. I'm doing it.
Taking the Texans -2. All right. We're going to come back to your 10-1-1 record and while me and Nick go 5-7 and wonder what the fuck happened.
I'm literally undefeated.
Our next game up is our first 405 game, the Bucks and Saints. -4 for the Bucks, +4 for the Saints. Over
Feels
kind of
weird for them to only be -4, no?
They're also dead.
Yeah, they're banged up as well, don't you think? Like the Bucks got no Bucky, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin.
I mean,
but they got a guy named Tez Johnson.
Evans has been, I feel like he's been out like most of the year.
Yeah,
Godwin's not a fucking needle mover at this point whatsoever.
Their spreads, though, haven't been far off. Like, they haven't had large spreads.
Couldn't you say the same
year.
thing about the Niners? Like, Purdy's been out most of the year, and, like, Jones has been the same.
But that's a quarterback.
Yeah, but I think it's the same guy, essentially.
Wait, what?
Like, if you're saying, I feel like your logic for the Bucks and Niners are opposite when they're in the same spot.
I think Vegas values having a backup quarterback in as a much bigger hit to a team than having Tez Johnson in instead of Chris Godwin.
All right.
Like you're saying, why is the spread so close between the Niners and the Texans? I'm saying, like, I think Vegas still looks at a backup quarterback as having a disadvantage despite Mac Jones playing as well as Brock Purdy. Whereas, like, I don't think they look at Chris Godwin being out. I don't think Vegas looks at like a Bucky Irving down to Rashad White as a needle mover or a point mover at all. Chris Godwin down to Tez Johnson at all. But I think the impact players that the Niners lose, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, like those are some of the most impactful positions to lose players at.
Yeah. No, that's understandable.
My Intruisive's in this game.
Finally, thank you.
I got Cade Otton 75 yards. I feel like towards the end of the Lions game, the only way the Bucks were like moving the ball is like Baker remembered he had Cade Otton. In his last 3 games, he's had 65, 51, 81, only hit 1 out of 3. But again, Evans is dead. Godwin's not playing. Saints are a bad team. I really like Cade Otton to get peppered in 75 yards plus 425. I think he could be like the number 1, number 2 option for Baker. Like Emeka, even though he like came back, like he's still not like 100%. I don't think off the hammy. Baker missed a lot of throws last week.
Dude, I saw one of the underdog recaps or whatever, and it was like Emeka could have had 29 points.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Baker
They'd be
just missed
fucking
them.
rage baiting like crazy on
No,
that
it's
account.
actually insane. And I was just like, I was like, I got baited hard.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, if this guy caught every one of his targets and took all of them for touchdowns, like he missed out on 40 fantasy. It's like, okay, enough.
It's like potential points.
Yeah.
If he would have caught that one-handed with 3 fingers. All right. But receptions made, Olave still sitting at a pretty high 6.5. Emeka's at 5.5. Kadon, I do not like 4.5 plus 125. You feeling that as well?
Yeah, I guess.
As a regular
feels
play.
pretty nice.
Yeah, 4.5. Kadon plus 125 feels like a pretty good spot
is my
as
logic
well.
wrong? I think it's just been proven, even outside of this year.
Yeah, when those guys are out, he eats for
he
sure.
always eats.
Rashid Shaheed sitting at 4.5. Look at his game lines. Like, open up the graph. He literally just goes 4 for 40 every single week. Sometimes he catches the deep ball and goes 4 for 114. That's it.
Yeah, well, Tony got that now to worry about, so that's big for him. His floor is definitely there, though.
I kind of like Rashad White over 3.5 receptions.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Talk us through that.
I don't want to.
Okay, fire.
Just a lock.
Just literally just take it. Just take it.
What about Tez? We think he stays hot?
Yeah.
He's so fun to watch. He's like
He is, again, 145 pounds soaking wet. But
He's
let
like
me
a
tell you, his twitch is...
springy Kadarius Toney.
Dude, his twitch is nuts.
Yeah.
Him being, I mean, plus 325 for 75 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Is that what you just took?
No, that's what he
That's
took.
what you just
Otten.
took?
He took
Kane.
Otten. But it feels kind
Can't
of...
double down on that.
I think we actually could.
I was thinking about this even from a fantasy perspective.
What did you take for your Intruisive?
Bijan, 125.
Let's do it.
Like, here's the thing with the Tampa Bay
Maybe.
like
We'll come back to
passing
it.
room and receiving room is I don't think I'd be afraid to start in fantasy to bet on any of these guys like in conjunction to each other, like you guys are talking about even right now. Of like Baker is throwing the ball at such a high volume and at such an elite rate right now that like I'm willing to take anybody over anything in this offense. Like it's so high powered. And even when everything was against them with Detroit, I felt like they were inches away from massive plays.
Yeah, I mean, he was living in fucking hell last week. Their
Yeah.
D-line just destroyed
Destroyed
the
him.
Bucs O-line.
Aiden Hutchinson
looks
looked
good.
good.
How
Yeah.
many sacks is he at right
I'm
now?
about to look.
Too
He's got to
many.
be close to 1 a game at least.
But all right, which side of the game are you taking? Bucks -4, Saints +4.
Bucks.
Same.
I'm also on the Bucks. Titans, holy fuck, +14.5 to the Colts. Colts are at home -14.5. This game already happened once, and let me tell you, it was an ass spanking by the Colts.
What was the score?
If I'm not mistaken, it was like 30-something, 13.
41-20.
41-20. All right, yeah. Again, spanking. But in this game, as one of the highest lines I've seen yet this year of Jonathan Taylor over 102.5 rushing yards. Yeah, so that's a lot. We're getting near like
Colts are so sound.
no, yeah, like they have a system and it works. 20.5 is juiced for the over on Jonathan Taylor rushing attempts as well. What are we feeling for this game? What are the thoughts? Do you guys have any player props for this game? Nick, you still need an intrusive.
Cookstein.
No,
I
it's just such
mean-
a far spread.
IU Maynor as the wide receiver 1. Ridley still banged up, and the line's 33 yards. It feels disgusting to take any over on this Titans passing offense, but
Yeah, I'm gonna save you from that. Let's not.
I think I'm going to take the under on Michael Pittman's longest reception of 19.5.
Okay.
He's just he's not really a guy who gets a ton of targets downfield. He's kind of just like an intermediate, kind of like vacuum up a lot of volume. And I think Josh Downs will be back for this one. So a little bit of an increase in target competition. And then, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's probably just going to,
Continue to cook.
have
And
like
be
30
Jonathan
touches
Taylor.
in this one. So
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good spot. All right, let's take spreads to the side. 14.5. That's 2 touchdowns and a hook, gentlemen. 2 touchdowns and a hook.
yeah, I'm just like not about to take Tennessee. I don't think. I think what's his name? Fucking Jeffrey Simmons is gonna miss this game too.
Mo, what you feeling, Mo? Mr. 10-1-1. What you feeling? Mr. I don't miss on spreads. What you
I'm going to
feeling?
need like another Adonai Mitchell drop the football.
That was a movie when he did that.
No, I
That
can't.
was a
fucking-
movie.
Jonathan Taylor's going to score before the clock even says 13 minutes in the first quarter. And I'm be like, why did I take the Titans? But I'm going to.
You're taking the Titans plus 14.5. Colts will be minus 14.5, and I'm going to take the Colts side of things. Me and Nicholas will be on the same
I'm
page.
such a sucker
there.
for so many points.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah,
So,
I guess.
like, you got a system down that me and Nick should look into sometime. Cowboys and Broncos are our next game up. The spread's plus 3.5. Broncos minus 3.5. The total of this game, 51 points. High total for a Denver game. Bo Nix looked like the worst quarterback you've ever seen with your eyes for 3 quarters, and then Jesus Christ himself came onto the field in the fourth quarter.
Everything I see is like, everyone's like, if it weren't for Sean Payton, Bo Nix would be exposed. Like, they're like constraining him.
People in Denver do not like Sean Payton.
No, it's
What?
actually insane.
He's
Yeah.
a GOAT.
Nah, I
You don't like him?
think he's a cunt.
I just see.
Oh, he could be an asshole for sure, but I mean, amongst coaches, I'll take him.
I do have a prop in this game, and it is going to be
Better.
on the juicier side of things. We are getting a little plus money dabble here, but I'm taking George Pickens under 3.5 receptions. He's going to see the.
I was thinking about
Don't care.
yards.
Mistake.
The reason why the yards I
Mistake.
don't like as much is because like we even saw it with against Sauce of where like he could just get 2 catches for 60 yards, like just 2 deep balls.
I need an OPI.
where-
OPI's drawn.
Yeah, I
Line.
know. Where he's going to be shadowed by Surtain almost the entirety of the game. This reminds me very similar to week 1 when they played the Eagles with CeeDee Lamb healthy and everything. Where Pickens just going to see the outside primary corner. He's going to see the Quinyon Mitchell. He's going to see the Patrick Surtain. And then they're going to have to figure it the hell out with what they do with CeeDee Lamb on the inside because he motions 90% of the time and will be their key guy in the slot. So I think George Pickens is going to see the Surtain shadow. And, he's going to be a little bit nerfed this game.
Hunter Luepke plus 1,400.
For what?
Touchdown.
Oh, just anytime?
Yeah.
Fire.
Doesn't feel like enough. I like Dallas in this. Is that crazy?
No. I feel like they're a good, decent ball club.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take Courtland Sutton over. You know what?
Evan Ingram's been kind of nice. We're at
Recently.
31.5.
He's been better for sure. He still hasn't seen the snap share, though.
I'm going to take Courtland Sutton as my intrusive over 100.
Whoa.
Plus 375.
Is this your first 100 piece?
Maybe.
He's a touchdown merchant.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been dabbling in the
I'm a
odds.
pay dirt merch.
How much is it?
Plus 375.
Plus 375.
You could get Troy Franklin plus 1,100.
Stop.
Happy for him. I wanted to take. I should probably take
All right.
Rashard Smith.
Well, talk me through why. I mean, we're taking that anyway, but talk me
it's not
through.
good.
Talk me through why you're going the Cortland Sutton route plus for 100 receiving yards.
Yeah, I mean Dallas's pass D is terrible, and Courtland Sutton's just by far and away the number one target in this offense.
All right, fair enough.
I just feel like on paper it just makes sense.
It just makes sense. So if you were to pair all of these together, it'll be plus 7,800 for the intrusive parlay for this week. AKA, if you put $100 down, you're making 7.7 grando. We're getting light, gentlemen. We're actually bitching out. We're bitching out. Like, we used to have, that used to be 200,000.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, what are we doing?
Fourth person.
No, I mean, it doesn't even.
What are the odds of the ones we took?
Plus 78. And we took 375, 225, or 275, sorry, and 425.
275.
I know.
A
It's
little
just
light.
light. It's just
A little
light.
light.
It's just a light dice for all
This guy's
this
taking
point.
things that are likely to
Throwing
happen.
Tez Johnson.
Might have to throw in Tez for a bucko. Anyway, we still can get $7,000. Hey, listen, a free $7,000. Can't complain at that, can you, gentlemen? But we will be taking that as our intrusive. Again, it'll all be on BetMGM. Use code DRAFT when you sign up there. Again, the link is in the description. But which side of the spread are we taking here, gents? Cowboys, Broncos. You like the Cowboys?
I think
3
so.
plus 3.5. I'm also plus 3.5. Give me the field goal hook for the Cowboys. I feel like every game's ending in random scores of like 5, 6, 8. It's weird.
Give me the Broncos.
Broncos.
Give me the
Minus 3.5 to go 6-2. Now we have our Sunday night ball game. Packers 4-1-1 going against your Steelers. Minus 3.
Love this
Aaron
game.
Rodgers 45.5 is a total. Revenge game is the narrative in this one. Packers playing Aaron Rodgers. First time he's played the Packers since he's left. The very first time he's played the Packers since he's left. This could be a Aaron Rodgers masterclass. If you were going to tell me I could get 2 intrusives, I would. And I would go maxing out Aaron Rodgers passing touchdowns.
Really?
Did you know he has the most 1-yard line passing touchdowns of any quarterback since the year 2020, and he literally missed an entire year?
I'd like to know how many of those are Devontae Adams.
Probably a good amount.
2020, 2021.
Yeah, probably
35 Devontae
probably
Adams
a good
one-yarders.
Hey, and then with the Jets as well, probably a good amount of Devontae Adams on that list. But he does lead the league in that stat. I could see him having a big game. Over 1.5 or minus 110 on the passing touchdowns feels like a lot. I mean, you look back when he played the Jets as his revenge game there. 4 touchdowns in that game.
He was happy about that.
And I could see a very similar narrative here for him versus Green Bay in prime time. What do you guys think of this game? Do you have any player props?
Dude, I wanted to fade DK 4.5. He's only gone out of the 6 games this season, 6 games. He's only gone over it once, but like you're talking me into not. Like, how does Rodgers have a big day without DK a little bit?
I feel like, it's hard. It's hard. DK anytime for me feels like a really good spot at plus 145. Like, if he's going to throw that fade ball, DK's got to get one of them.
Who do you think like wins the battle between the Steelers D-backs and the Packers receivers? Because like Steelers obviously got whooped by the Bengals, but like Jamar and T are
They have
like such
like
a
a
different
tier
class
gap.
of receiver than like Dobbs and Golden and these guys. So
Christian Watson back, though?
I don't know. I think he's got to be back soon, I guess. But
My
I don't know.
one interesting
No, I think he's
point,
playing.
Yeah, in this one.
the
Got lines
one
up.
I'm very intrigued to see if Golden's able to connect with Love this game, or Love's able to connect with
One
Golden.
time.
Does
The
like
Steelers have a slow secondary. Like, their secondary is
Yeah.
not fast, and Golden
Darius
has
Slay and
burners.
Ramsey.
yeah. Love like the ratio of like how good his deep ball looks to how often he connects is got to be like the worst in
Dude,
the league.
yeah.
Feels
It
like
looks
he throws,
like
it always looks
phenomenal.
good. It feels like he never connects on deep passes.
No, him and Golden have something wrong, and Golden is already AJ Brown tweeting about it.
Love's felt like this
Is
for
he
a while.
actually?
Yeah,
Stop.
Golden's been tweeting this entire
Stop.
year. You didn't know?
No.
Was
Changing his profile picture.
Free 22.
No. He just says like LOL,
Took
and then with a black screen.
took Packers out of his bio.
Yeah, like
Literally a rookie.
he does that shit like after every game. I see screenshots of it after like every game of either on Instagram stories or tweets or some bullshit. Yeah, nah, they got themselves a little diva over there. But he's literally never had 1,000 yards. Anyway, okay. No player props for this game. How do you feel Josh Jacobs is going to do in this one? I
Good.
mean, rushing attempt
He'll
line
do
16,
good and he'll score a touchdown.
16 and a half, 63 and a half. Is he back to full health or like what's up? Obviously, last week was a little scare.
Yeah, he looked fine.
All right. Feels fine, looks fine. Packers -3, Steelers +3. Where are we going with this, gents?
Hang.
I'm going to go Green Bay. I could see, as much as like a revenge game Rodgers I'd like to lean into, I could see Micah Parsons eat him alive.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Exactly what they want you to think.
I'm gonna go with the pack too. I feel like the Steelers are not as good as their record, even though the record's not that good. But you know, they just start to play really good teams now, and I feel like they might struggle a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to go Packers as well, -3 there. All right.
Sleep.
Make sure, if you enjoy this style of video and whatnot, you subscribe and all that sort of fun shit down below if you made it to the end of this. Also, make sure to comment down below what your takeaways are for this week, what you think is going to happen, what your predictions are, because that way we're not the only ones wrong. You're also wrong. So that would be a lot of fun to see that in the comments below. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, all sort of fun shit. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.